6 o'clock, a teenager is behind bars charged with kidnapping and rape, as well as firearms and drug charges.
It is all for an incident involving another teen. Local 15's James Gordon is live tonight from our Baldwin County newsroom. James, apparently this all started with an invitation to the movies.
Greg, instead, police say he held her captive for hours. The victim is recovering at a local hospital tonight. Now, police say he held her at knife point, but he also had a gun. Police describe 8 hours of terror for the 17-year-old victim inside this small shed in Bay Minette. A teenage girl who was kidnapped, raped, and sodomized.
If you restrain somebody from leaving with the intent to commit a sexual assault or a sexual offense like that, is considered kidnapping.
Charged with kidnapping and rape is 17-year-old Ruben Tejeda. On Friday night, he invited her to a movie. Only police say this date turned violent.
I've talked to some of his friends. Within the last year, he's gotten addicted to methamphetamine, and they say when he uses methamphetamine, he becomes a violent person.
At his bond hearing today, Tejeda said very little. The police say he's confessed to the crimes only after attempting to flee.
So I asked for assistance from the U.S. Marshals. They was able to pinpoint his location at a trailer in Robertsdale.
The 17-year-old was arrested Saturday at his father's home in Robertsdale. His father, Ruben Christopher Tejeda, was charged and arrested on drug charges as well. His son, Ruben, as well, is in jail on more than $750,000 bond. Now, live in Baldwin County, James Gordon, Local 15 News.
James, thank you. It's been 2 months today since missing teen mom Brittany Wood was last seen. The Tillman's Corner native last told family she was going to see her uncle in Baldwin County. She disappeared, and the uncle reportedly committed suicide 2 days later. The family has offered a reward for any details that lead to her recovery. Search crews have gone door to door and scoured wooded areas in both Mobile and Baldwin counties, but nothing has turned up. The 19-year-old teen mother was last seen May 30th. Since then, 4 relatives and a family friend have been arrested in Baldwin County on sodomy, rape, incest, and sex abuse charges. That includes Brittany's brother and cousin and 2 of Brittany's uncles. Investigators say there are multiple victims and they are under the age of 18, although investigators say Brittany is not connected to these arrests. Her stepmother believes they all somehow tie into her disappearance.
To a neighborhood crime alert now. Police need your help tracking down a man they say broke into the McDonald's on Government Street near the Loop. It happened this morning before the restaurant opened. Check out this photo from surveillance footage. Police say this man made his way inside and took cash. If you recognize him or know anything about what happened, call police. And Mobile police say they have made an arrest in a convenience store robbery. Officers say this man, Rory Smith Jr., is charged for holding up the Circle K on Airport Boulevard. They say Smith walked in last week, pulled a gun, and demanded money. Police are still investigating.
I'll turn to weather. Storms are pushing through our area right now.
Some have been severe so far this afternoon. Chief Meteorologist Eric Beasley is keeping a very close eye on what these storms are doing and where they are headed. It has been a busy afternoon, huh, Derek?
It really has, Greg and Kim. And of course, all the severe thunderstorms appear to be diminishing at the present time. That's certainly some good news. Still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect for eastern Escambia County, Alabama, and northeastern Santa Rosa County. That storm, though, appears to be on the downward slide. Live pinpoint Doppler is still showing that storm. If we can go over to live pinpoint Doppler and show you that storm right now, and you can see right there to the east of Bruton, there's the severe thunderstorm warning still in effect there from Whitfield up towards Parker Springs. Again, this storm doesn't look nearly as stout as it did earlier. Other storms just off to the east approaching northern Okaloosa County, so areas north of Crestview, but as far as here in Mobile, things are quietening down. Just some storms out towards Mississippi Sound there and Dauphin Island, and one little shower over into southern Clark County. And it looks like we're going to do this all over again tomorrow. As a matter of fact, the threat for storms tomorrow looks even higher, even some severe weather as well. We'll talk more about that in detail in your forecast a little bit later.
Well, sheriff deputies say illegal drugs were being pushed at convenience stores across our area. The designer drug Spice is meant to mimic marijuana. It is now illegal to manufacture or possess in the state of Alabama. But several locations in our area still have the drugs on the shelves. Local 15's Darwin Singleton has more on how authorities made this bust at locations across the county.
This Shell gas station at the corner of Dauphin Island Parkway and Old Military Road is one of 3 stations Mobile police recently raided, not for what they were selling in the pumps, but for what police say they were selling from beneath the counter, something police say you had to have a code to get.
We are coming for you. if you continue to do this now.
And this, says Chief Williams, is evidence of that. A table laden with more than 500 packets of what's called spice and money that all added up to $230,000 in confiscated money and goods. And here's how they say they did it. Undercover cops learned of secret code words used by customers when buying the spice. They used those code words to buy the stuff, and they made the bust.
We're going in and we are seizing all of the illegal drugs. We're seizing their proceeds, and we are putting people in Metro jail.
D.A. Rich says the ramped-up effort reflects the danger of the drug, often so with messages attached declaring the contents legal but not for human consumption. There is no uniform formula for the drug. Every batch could be different, and all, she says, are dangerous.
We need to educate parents about spice. We need to educate store owners that it's illegal to sell it. They need to stop selling it, and if they don't, we are coming after you.
For now, police and the DA have only brought charges against the clerks, but say they could also very soon be pressing charges against the owners of the businesses. And they won't stop there, they say. They say they also plan to pursue charges against those they say are selling the spice to businesses. In Mobile, Darwin Singleton, Local 15 News.
Coming up on Wednesday, Alabama will become one of 39 states in which texting behind the wheel is against the law. What that means? If you're caught emailing or texting or tweeting or Facebooking while driving, you will get a ticket. $25 for the first offense, $50 and $75 for the second and third. It also subtracts points from your driver's license. Alabama state troopers say distracted drivers contributed to more than 1,200 crashes in 2010, and they know what to look for if you're typing while driving.
They follow too close. They tailgate the vehicle in front of them. They run red lights. They'll sit through a green light. They fail to maintain their lane.
Now, talking on the phone, dialing numbers, and using GPS navigation on the phone will still be legal while you are driving.
Also going into effect Wednesday, a new law aimed at cutting back illegal theft of metal like copper. Scrap yards will now be required to get more details about the people who they buy metal from. Scrap yards will get copies of IDs, vehicle descriptions, and license plate numbers to put into a statewide database. The law makes stealing metal valued at more than $250 a felony.
There have been a lot of questions, but few answers or action to fix this foul, nauseating smell in 8 Mile. State officials say Mobile Gas will have to figure out how to stop the stink. The utility company has conducted its own investigation into the mercaptan found in groundwater. Local 15's Trish Williford is looking into it. Trish, what did that report say?
Well, Greg, a preliminary investigation conducted by Mobile Gas found levels of butyl mercaptan on 2 sites in 8 Mile. One was near Gulf South property, the other along the Beaver Pond area. That's off of Cochran Road. Now, Mobile Gas released a 40-page report to ADEM after the agency gave the corporation 90 days to get to the root of that horrible smell out there in 8 Mile. The report shows that butyl mercaptan is one of the specific compounds of concerns in 2 of those areas. ADEM will now require Mobile Gas to determine how far this contamination has now spread. They'll also have to come up with a plan to abate that odor.
We are utilizing our resources and requiring Mobile Gas to focus on and put in a process that will address those odors and abate those odors.
A response tonight from Mobile Gas. The company is working as fast as it can to complete that investigation and get answers for the residents of 8 Mile. Once that source of the odor is determined, appropriate action can then be taken. There's still no word tonight on exactly what caused that mercaptan to leak. By the way, no deadline has been given just yet to Mobile Gas to abate that odor. Live in the newsroom, Trish Williford, Local 15 News.
Trish, thank you. Popular downtown pizza joint Hot Jack's is now closed, not for a lack of business, but because of money mismanagement. Downtown officials say they don't expect this high traffic location to be vacant for long, and a new business just across the street should help. TP Krockmeyer's, a Mobile institution, is getting ready for its grand opening.
Well, we have the same cooks. My cooks will be back here. We have 300 years of experience in just cooks. A lot of these people have been here 30, 35, 40 years. A lot of people have been with Krockmeyer's over 20 years.
The new restaurant should be open on Dolphin Street in 3 or 4 weeks, and it is beautiful.
Beautiful mahogany staircase. It is gorgeous in there, and it's going to really help vitalize Dolphin Street. We need it down there.
They've increased the menu 45 main entrees, so I cannot wait to go.
Sounds like you've done a little research.
I have. I've been asking Darwin. He's our expert. Well, we might just have some future Olympians in our midst right here in Mobile.
A teenager who tried to make the Olympic cut is glued to his television, while a younger swimmer is making some waves of her own. We have their stories coming up tonight after the Olympics.
Still ahead at 6 o'clock, they focused on beaches. Now they're turning to a different part of the bay. Find out where BP is shooting a new commercial.
First, an update to a construction worker struck by lightning over the weekend.